Have you ever wanted to create a video in order to dazzle your colleagues at work with a quality video presentation? Or perhaps you just wanted to consolidate your old family photos into an emotionally moving video. Whatever the occasion demands, you, as the video editor, are in control of it all. I've been producing and editing videos ever since I was in middle school, and although editing skills expand and become refined over time, many of the essentials just don't change. Today I will tell you how to properly organize your files, import and execute simple edits on the files, and then render them all together into a specific file format. But firstly, let's take a look at the user interface of your editing software. Firstly, know what your concept is. Organize your source files, create a new project, and import your source files. Know your objective and keep it in mind throughout your editing process. It can be confusing, if not a little overwhelming, in trying to produce something that you have a vision for without the knowledge on how to execute it. There are endless possibilities as to what you can do within your editing software, so keep a concept in mind before the editing process even begins. This is to keep you restrained, realistic, and focused on what you need. As you explore the software, you may also want to tweak your concept just a little bit. You will learn new effects, which may inspire new conceptual ideas. Then collect and organize all of your source files. Have your to-be edited files in a specific folder so you can access it easily. Make sure that you have a specific name for each folder. As you see here, I have a folder with all my to-be edited files ready to go, at my disposal, properly named. Then, you can begin by opening up your editing software. In the File menu, click Create New Project. The names may vary depending on the software. Some software, like the one I'm about to demonstrate, allows you to import or drag and drop your source files onto the timeline with the settings automatically adjusting to suit the files that I import. Don't even worry about the length of the time in your settings. It's best to just make it as big as possible so that you have enough space to work with, and then shorten it down at the end. Also, it's important to know the resolution of your source files and the resolution in the settings. If you have files of videos that shoot at 480p and you want to render it in 1080p, it's just going to blow up your image and it's not going to be truly 1080p and make it look very grainy. Then import the first files you want to appear initially in your video. You can change them around as you please. I can do this in Windows Movie Maker by simply selecting the files I want, such as this wildlife photo, or image, or video, and this still image right here, and then I have them both at my disposal. I want wildlife to go first, so I'm going to drag that down, and then donate to go second. You can see here that I can mix them around as I want. Now that you have your source files at your disposal, and your first files imported, it's time to edit them. Editing a video involves restraint, vision, and great attention to detail. According to Rami Mahelba at wikihow.com, you can cut, rearrange, add effects, filters, and a lot of other options within editing software. So firstly, to rearrange and cut, place your two layers together. As you can see, Windows Movie Maker puts them together for me already. By rearranging them, as I've shown already, you can simply drag and drop past the previous file. If the video layers are in two separate files, putting them close enough together so that there are 0 frames in between and no blank space will actually register in the software as no blank space between, and it will continually run throughout. So simply because it's on a separate layer does not mean that it's not going to render together. Trim your clips as necessary. Most software allows you just to click at the end and drag and drop, and dragging inward. Next, you should begin adding effects, and it's a vast world of possibilities of effects. There are thousands and thousands of tweaks you could do to all different effects. You could double up on effects, add as many effects as you want. So let's first begin by locating the effects options in your software, which varies by the software that you have. In my case, I simply click View Video Effects, and I found brightness right here. Because I want to increase it, I'm going to drag and drop it onto there, and it's instantly applied. There's not much customization in Windows Movie Maker, but that's at the benefit of being very user-friendly and simple to use. You can always uncheck and delete effects as you want, so don't be afraid to mix them up and experiment a little bit. The most difficult parts are now over. After editing has met your needs, let's render out your final video into a final video format. The render settings you specify within the settings all affect the output of your final video, especially its size and quality, bit rate. It may take a few renders to pinpoint the balance exactly what tailors your needs and what you're looking for. According to Darren Meyer at ehow.com, video rendering is a process of using computer programs to generate an image based off an existing object or model. For clarity's sake, think of it as rendering a save. Think of rendering as like saving a Word document. If you need a smaller file, just render it as an MP4 or a WMV with medium to low settings. Usually high will work as well. If file size is not important, render it as a lossless AVI and your file will also be massive. As you can see, the work behind editing a video can be as much as you want it to be, but it's not so intimidating once you jump into it and understand the basics. Especially in Windows Movie Maker, where all I have to do is go to File, Save Movie File, designate where I want to save it to, and simply click Best Quality Size. But there's no customization as to what file format I could use. In summary, remember to organize your files before beginning to edit, and importing them as organized as possible. Trim prudently and use restraint in adding effects. Note the file size and quality in your rendered final video and compare it to other render settings which produce different quality and sizes. In a growing world of technological change and self-publishing, the art of making videos can be very beneficial, ranging all the way from job opportunities to simply acquiring general knowledge. With enough dedication, one can begin making videos that are more complicated and stand out above the rest. With restraint and experience, your videos can be remarkable without needing studio-grade software and professional-level knowledge. Thank you.